goodbye family for about 6 months. I'm moving to Kenya at altitude. I'm going to do enough EPO to kill a family of livestock. Going to throw in a splash of human growth hormone in there, and then I'm going to pay some guy, like on the Netflix doco Icarus, to flush it out of my system or dope it out of my system or whatever. And then I'm coming back and I'm the fucking champion of postcode 3350.
Welcome back to week 8 on the road to Melbourne, and boy was this a week. So Tuesday was the first session of the week, kicking things off with a 10x3 minute threshold session, and this was another great session for me. Average pace for my reps was 456 pace, average heart rate during these intervals 152 beats a minute, which shows that I'm really starting to slowly progress through these. And even though I can certainly bump my heart rate a lot higher on an average through these reps, I'm trying to be cautious. I'm trying not to get carried away. I'm trying not to push the pace quickly. I'm just going slowly with this. Tuesday night was off to runners prep, where I encountered the big dog of the Sunny Coast Half Marathon and RP CEO founder Mitch Kennedy, who smoked an impressive 1:27 for the half marathon. And the reason that 1:27 was so special was there was a competition ran at runners prep, and anyone who could guess the closest amount to Mitch's time would win free coffee for a month. And in true fashion, the winner was Ben Ludbrook, who doesn't even drink fucking coffee, which is a whole different issue. Wednesday morning and I was back at runners prep again, which isn't ideal. Generally, obviously you want a day in between strength sessions, but one thing I've found in working shift work, having a family, becoming old, is you just have to make things fit sometimes wherever you can. A few hours later, I was out the door for 70 minutes of easy slow running. I got 9 kilometers in, 7 minutes 43 per K. Again, I'm just concentrating on not letting my heart rate go over that 70% marker, and that means I'm running slow. Thursday, I was in Melbourne all day and I got back late, and rather than doing my threshold session, which I didn't think would be a good idea, I decided to get on the bike at the gym and ride. And this went a little bit pear-shaped.
It's Thursday night, and my plan was to come into this room, which is empty, right? And do a 70-minute ride. Well, I've gone past 75 minutes now, because as I was riding, a class came in and started, and I didn't want to be rude and get off the bike. So I just rode through the class. Now everyone's left. But now I'm really close to 40 Ks and there's a badge on Garmin, so I'm going to ride the 40 Ks and then I'm going to go.
You can't see me, but something truly shattering has just occurred and I have to share it. I've just got in the car after my ride, my 40K ride, by the way, the biggest bike ride I've ever done, and I did it, one, because I was riding and a class came in and I felt awkward getting off the bike while there was a class going, so I just rode through it. And 2, because I knew there was a 40K ride Garmin badge. But it fucking starts tomorrow! So I've ridden 40Ks and I don't even get the badge, bro! Friday, I was back into the gym for threshold session number 2 for the week, and this was a long one, 3x12 minutes. But today, it was just another nod to this style of smart, consistent training, which is really starting to pay off. My calculated pace for these 30-kilometer reps is 5:07 to 5:17. Today, I ran them at 5:04 average pace with an average heart rate of 155 beats per minute. And remember, I can take this all the way up to 160, 165, which is a massive improvement for me. And again, I am trying to go really slow. I'm not trying to wind the pace up quickly. I'm just trying to take this easy, but this is really promising. I'm really happy with this.
Saturday morning, and I start my new work rotation on Sunday, so going to an 8-day running cycle because I'll be working 4 on 4 off. So I either had the choice where I skip a long run this week or I put it on the Saturday. So I put it on the Saturday because we don't skip nothing. So 28 Ks today, and I'm running a different route. I'm running out to the bush, gonna do the Wolf's Loop and then run back. So 28 all up with about 430 meters of elevation. So that'll be fun. The moon was up when I started. It's about -2, so I couldn't feel my hands, can't feel my face. But where else and what else would you rather be doing on a Saturday morning? My blood list is still going alright. That sucker's been patched up for the week. Hasn't given me any drum, which is good. And yeah, I finished this. And then I'm going to the Little Lass State Cross Country Championships to watch Liddy run in Mernion. So yeah, we get it done. Tick the box. And away we go. I'll check in a bit. Now here's the first fun part of my long run. Going up White Swan Road to get to the bush loop. So yeah, just trying to take this long run a little easier too. I just had to make things work this week, so I did a 3x12 threshold yesterday on a Friday, and normally I'd have an easy run prior to the long run, but gone from that straight into this long run. And because it's in the, and again, I don't know if this matters, but because this long run is in the same calendar week as my Sunday long run I did on Sunday, I'm gonna end up with like 81 Ks for this week, which is a huge jump from the previous like 65 week, 66 week. So just trying to be smart. I didn't want to miss a long run for however many days I would have missed it for if it skipped being on this Saturday. But I also want to be smart about it. So see how we go. But can't talk now because I got to run up a big hill. Made it up the hill and into the bush loop. So cruising along. This is pretty much my last days on the Rest and Rise running supplement too, which has been really interesting. Kudos to Alex from the Rest and Rise team, who is like the founder and face of this. He's an ultra runner, wanted to make a supplement for runners, and look, it's been good, but to be honest, do I feel like it's made any difference? Not really. But I think that's kind of supplements for you too. Like, normally I take fish oil, magnesium, vitamin D3 and protein powder, and collagen protein powder. I don't feel any different from it. I just take it because I know it's supposed to support everything I'm trying to do. This one's no different. Creatine HCl is different from monohydrate. No loading phase, no water retention, quicker absorption through the intestine, and it's great for muscle recovery, strength, your ATP system. It's got the taurine in it, which enhances the effects of caffeine, so it's really good for endurance, but helps smooth out caffeine as a stimulant. So your coffees, your caffeine gels, and then it's got the magnesium in it as well, which is good for bone density and repair. So I did look into it a lot because the creatine HCl is an interesting one, and that's your expensive ingredient, because you want about 3 to 5 milligrams per serving of the HCl. Now, I don't know if the firm price for rest and rise is out yet, but I think it's looking at around $70 a fortnight, and that's expensive. Like if you were at the peak and you wanted a little 1% boost, you could probably look at this. I was looking at just buying creatine HCl by itself. You can get about 120 caps, 750 milligrams per cap for $45. Problem is though, you're gonna have to ram 4 capsules to get a minimum dosage. So you're churning through them really quick, and that's your really expensive ingredient. So yeah, haven't felt like I've slept any better on it or anything like that. You know, I think with supplements, they're a 1%, you know, they're a 1% addition to good diet, good sleeping and smart training. They're not the difference. So yeah, has been fun though. Always enjoy trying new things. So I've been listening to the Inside Running podcast this morning. Out here I'm about 16 k's in, and they've just had the part where if you got given $50,000 to become the fastest marathon runner that you could, what would you do with it? And whether or not they thought it, they just couldn't say it, but my brain went straight to goodbye family for about 6 months. I'm moving to Kenya at altitude. I'm going to do enough EPO to kill a family of livestock. I'm going to throw in a splash of human growth hormone in there, and then I'm going to pay some guy, like on the Netflix doco Icarus, to flush it out of my system or dope it out of my system or whatever. And then I'm coming back and I'm the fucking champion of postcode 3350. Watch me go. Coming for you, Ladbroke. Almost 22 k's in for this one. I've actually really enjoyed this change because I ran from home to here, so it was like, I want to say nearly 5 k's here or something like that. So normally I drive here and start the loop, so it feels like I'm kind of out in the bush for ages, because I did a shorter loop out here this time with the addition of to and from included in it. Just feels like it's gone a lot quicker, and now I'm actually like basically it's pretty downhill all the way home now, which is kind of nice for the last 6 odd k that I've got coming out of the bush and heading back. So yeah, been a good morning. Pleased to say the second gel took it 14 k's, was the 100 calf 100 carb one. I have not shat my pants. Always a fantastic Saturday when you don't shit yourself. So that's been fantastic, and I'm feeling really good. It's been slow. I've taken the run easy, just kept effort going up the hills, not pace, just kept effort. And it's certainly been a bit slower today than usual, but I feel really good. So last 6 k's and then boom bam. This is the hill that I climbed up this morning. It's a lot funner going down it. Just listening to the second podcast of the run, because someone like me is out here for a while. I need 2 podcasts. This is the Dan Nash Physiology of Endurance Running, talking about interpreting training load. So I'll be an expert on that next week too. All right, well, we're done. 28 Ks in the bag. Took me 3 hours and 14 minutes with my mate here. Average pace was 6:56, I think. Average heart rate 141 and 504 meters of elevation. So it was a bit of a whopper this morning. It was really nice though when I got to the flats. I didn't change anything in terms of like perceived effort. I just kept cruising along. I looked down and I was doing like 550 pace in the green for heart rate at like 148. So, you know, I know it's not fast, but for me, that's pretty good. And that was a nice feeling because I wasn't trying to put any effort in. I was just cruising along, and that was at like after 27 Ks. So happy days. That one closes out the week. There's no run tomorrow because of work. So like 81 Ks this week, which is ridiculous, and only that high because I brought the long run forward the day to fit into this week. So another solid week in the bag. Moving into next week, we just keep it rolling. I'll see you all then. Bye.